Hello and welcome back to Too Lazy to Read, where we slog through the big books so you don't have to. Today I'm flying solo, Clara's out sick, or maybe on a secret mission to actually read Twilight for once, who knows. So grab a tea, get comfy, and prepare for a witty yet respectful deep dive into Muhammad Shahrur's The Qur'an, Morality and Critical Reason, the Essential Muhammad Shahrur. Don't worry if that title sounds daunting. By the end of this, you'll not only understand Shahrur's big ideas, you may even impress at your next interfaith dinner party. So, who is Muhammad Shahrur, and why should we care? Shahrur, born in 1938 and lived until 2019, he was a Syrian intellectual. By day, a civil engineering professor. By night, a bold Islamic thinker. He emerged as a leading voice in contemporary Qur'anic interpretation, often sparking debates and occasional fury across the Muslim world. Think of him as a sort of Islamic Renaissance man, one part traditional believer, one part philosopher, and one part wrecking ball for inherited religious assumptions. This book, The Qur'an, Morality and Critical Reason, is a greatest hits collection of Shahrur's thought, distilled for an English-speaking audience. It matters because Shahrur tackles some of the thorniest issues in Islamic thought: the nature of faith and practice, the status of prophetic tradition, how to interpret revelation, the limits of law, women's rights, and the role of Islam in politics, all with a fresh, critical eye. At heart, he's trying to answer a burning question: how can Muslims stay true to their faith while also embracing modernity and reason? Throughout this deep dive, expect a witty and accessible journey, dry sarcasm included, free of charge. The topic is sensitive, religion always is, so I'll keep the tone respectful even as we have some fun. Think of me as your cheeky tour guide through Shahrur's intellectual landscape. I may crack a joke about our confusion, but I won't mock the faith itself. Now, since Clara isn't here to keep me in check, I may get extra nerdy with the details. Bear with me. By the end, we'll recap everything with a dash of humor in our classic Too Lazy to Read style. All right, let's dive in. In the name of critical reasoning and all that is holy, let's begin. Shahrur opens Chapter 1, Al-Islam and al-Iman, by questioning something many of us assumed was settled. What exactly do Islam and Iman mean? If you're new to these terms, Islam is often translated as submission, usually understood as the religion of Islam itself, and Iman means faith or belief. Traditionally, most people, scholars and layfolk alike, have treated them as closely linked, even interchangeable. You're a Muslim, you have Iman. If you have Iman, you're a Muslim. Simple, right? Not so fast, says Shahrur. He thinks this conventional understanding is a bit too simplistic and actually not in line with the Qur'an. Shahrur points out that classical definitions, largely drawn from hadith, sayings of Prophet Muhammad, made Islam all about outward practice, the famous 5 pillars: testimony of faith, prayer, charity, fasting, pilgrimage, and Iman about inner belief, the equally famous 6 pillars: belief in God, angels, scriptures, messengers, the hereafter, and divine destiny. In this traditional view, a Muslim and a mu'min, which is a believer, end up being labels for the same folks, the community of Muhammad's followers, just highlighting different aspects, one word for what they do, the other for what they believe. But Shahrur boldly declares this is an oversimplification, even a flaw, when we actually read the Qur'an carefully. He dives into the Qur'anic text and observes something striking. The Qur'an often mentions those who submit, Muslim, separately from those who believe, mu'min, in the very same verse. For example, Qur'an 33:35 lists categories of good people: the men and women who submit, the men and women who believe, the obedient men and women, the truthful men and women, and so on.